Welcome to my channel Limelight Leaks. Please share and subscribe and hit the bell icon for new updates. To most people around the world, he's Dominic Toretto, the leader of the Fast and Furious team. A man who doesn't talk much but loves fast action. But the person driving Hollywood's biggest street racing movies is Vin Diesel. A quiet guy woes real. Love for cars goes way deeper than fans know. While the movies built their fame on fast cars, powerful engines, and friendship, Diesel himself built something much quieter. A personal garage that no camera crew has ever been allowed to film, because for him, these cars aren't about being fast or making movies. They're boot memories, special meanings, and moments he never wants to forget. Before he was famous, he made millions of dollars, Vin Diesel, whose real name is Mark Sinclair, was a struggling actor in New York, a city who loved telling stories and love ad matches. He was born rich, didn't have people paying for his stuff, and didn't grow up around fancy cars. What he had was tough determination. That determination took him from making his own movies at Hamato, being the star of Universal's big money-making movies. And once Thorold knew his name, he quietly started building something private. It's a collection of cars not to show off, but for his heart. It's no public tours, no social media posts showing it off, unlike other famous people who show off. Their expensive cars on Instagram, Vin keeps his garage closed, both the building and his feelings about it. Because inside that garage, every car has a story. Some are gifts to remember people, some are painful reminders, others are locked away memories of a man he loved like a brother. This garage isn't a place to show off. It's a safe, special place. This story isn't about movie cars or chase scenes. It's about what happens should the cameras stop filming when the engine gets quiet, and the man behind Theophimus's character closes the garage door behind him. Vin Diesel may live his life going really fast, but this is the story of the whole journey, the one only his cars can tell. Sitting under a smooth cover, deep in the dark parts of Vin Diesel's garage, is a white Toyota Supra that looks almost exactly like the one Paul Walker drove in the first Fast and Furious movie. But this car is not a fake, made for showing off. It's a special gift to remember someone. Every detail, from the wheel stow, the inside parts, was carefully Cento matched Paul's famous car. Vin had it built privately, quietly, and without any newspapers knowing. And he only takes it out once a year on the day Paul died. To other people, it may seem like just a symbolic thing, but to Vin, it's a special ritual. Each year on that day, he gets behind the wheel and drives alone on a special route. A big show. No group of people, just him, the road, and the memory of his friend. Paul wasn't just someone he worked with in movies. He was family. Vin to meet his daughter Pauline to honor Paul. And this car, it's not for racing. It's for remembering. Friends say the first time Vin started that engine, he didn't talk, just sat there with his hand on the wheel, looking out that front window. Some say he cried, others say he just breathed slowly, like he waiting to stop time. Because that car doesn't just represent a movie character. It represents a friendship made on and off the movie set. Brothers in every way except blood. It's not pretty, doesn't make loud noises, it doesn't shine in the lights, but in the corner of Vin Diesel's garage sits a tired, two-colored 1980s Monte Carlo. The first car he ever bought. It's getting rusty in places. The paint is faded, the seat covers are torn, and he won't fix a single thing. That car, he once told a friend, reminds him of hard times. I need to see that. Before Dom Toretto, before Fast and Furious, Vin was working. Hard to survive, doing different jobs, sleeping in tiny apartments, and putting everything into movies he made that no one watched. That Monte Carlo took him to job interviews, grocery stores, and movie sets that led nowhere. It broke down more than it worked. Bov never got rid of it. To him, it's not a piece of junk. It's proof. It's proof that dreams start small and that sometimes the quietest car in the garage doesn't have to be the most important. While visitors look amazed at the Chargers and AMGs, Final Ways shows them the Monte Carlo first. That's where the story started, hidden away under a dim garage. Light, Isa, black Mercedes, AMG car, nonsense plates, special VIN number tags, and in feeling of complete mystery. It's never been posted online, never been in a magazine. According to people who know, This car was a personal gift from a movie studio after Pitch Black, the movie that made Vin famous in Hollywood's upper level. There's no paperwork trail, no press announcement, just a whispered story and a growing legend about why Vin has never driven it where people can see. Some say it was meant as a thank you for turning a cheap sci-fi movie into a movie people still love. Others believe it represents the first time Hollywood truly believed in him. Whatever the truth, the car hasn't moved in years. It's perfectly clean, taken care of, but always parked in the same spot. Some call it Vin's prize. Others say it's a reminder of who he was before fame hit full speed. Among all the machines in Vin Diesel's garage, there's one they Tavin close friends don't like to talk about. A car that reportedly caused arguments, creative fights, and strong emotions. It's a custom-built Dodge Demon covered in carbon fiber and changed far beyond how it came from the factory. Twin turbos, race-to-need suspension, blacked-out windows. This was supposed to be the car for Dom Toretto in F9, but at the last minute, Vin pulled it from the movie. No official reason was ever given. Rumors started flying too aggressive, too flashy, too personal. Some said each reminded him too much of Paul. Others claimed it was connected to an off-screen fight with the studio over the direction of the character. Now, the car just sits. No photos, no interviews, no comments. A co-member said the last time they saw Vin near it, he stood quietly, then walked away without saying a word. For someone who lives his life going really fast, this car seems frozen in place, like a story too painful to tell. Not every car in Vin Diesel's garage is powerful or movie famous. Near the workbench sits a small, funny-looking lifted Ford Bronco, built not for speed or showing off, but for family. During the COVID-19 lockdown, Vin spent time at home with his kids, working together on this smaller Bronco in their backyard garage. It's lifted with cartoonishly huge tires, custom paint job picked by his daughter, and stickers that say, Diesel Family 1. It's not built to race, just to create Marys. And that's exactly what each represents, a reminder that life off-screen matters more than horsepower. Visitors often don't notice the Bronco, expecting a Lambo or Bugatti, but when asked about it, Vin smiles more than he does for any other car. One's not for fans, that one's for us. There's one car in the garage that almost feels holy. A Nissan Skyline GTR R3 for in perfect condition. Rare on its own, but this one is special for a differentiation. On the glove box, in faded silver ink, is Paul Walker's signature. Written shortly before a charity race event that Woe went to together. Vin has never driven it since. Instead, it sits under low lighting in what looks more like a museum display than a garage space. The car is waxed weekly. Its tires move it around, engine checked, but it hasn't left its spot in years. It's more than a car. It's a time machine, a picture of friendship, a bond that still lives under the hood and the seatbelt. In that glove box signature, deep in the back corner of Vin Diesel's garage, sits a car that almost made a movie history, but didn't. It's a matte black 1971 Plymouth GTX. Wide stints, custom hood scoop, blood, read inside. It was prepped and ready to come. Dominic Toretto's new ride 4 Fast 5. But it never made it to the movie set. Not because it wasn't fast enough. Not because it didn't look impressive, because the studio didn't like it. According to Paul, who know, Vin personally picked the GTX. He saw it as a reflection of where Dom was at that point in the story. Hardened, raw, stripped down. The movie-making TM to Z-greed. They wanted something flashier, more on-brand, more marketable. A behind-closed-doors argument followed. Vin reportedly walked out of one meeting over it. When the dust settled, the GetX was benched. But Vin never forgot it. Instead of letting it go, he bought Decker himself, had it shipped directly to his personal garage, and there it sits, untouched since 2010. No press ever saw it. No crew ever filmed it. But if you ask Vin about it, he'll grin and say, "That's Dom's car, in my version of the story." To Vin Diesel, that GTX represents creative control. It's a reminder that even at the top of the Hollywood food chain, the real battle's there over identity, vision, and voice. Every time he walks past it, he's reminded Dom Toretto may be a character, but he's also personal. And sometimes the most important cars aren't the ones that get screen time. They're the ones that never had to follow the rules in Vin Diesel's private world. This one is unbreakable. No cameras in the garage. It's not just about privacy. It's about what he believes in. Dozens of Fast and Furious crew members, stylists, assistants, and friends have said the same thing. The garage is sacred ground. Even during break time on set, when YouTubers and influencers begged for behind-the-scenes shots, the answer was always no. One production assistant said, "Vin's garage is like a temple. You're not there to take pictures. You're there to understand." Some of this comes from sadness, particularly around Paul Walker. After Paul's death, Vin reportedly became far more protective of anything sentimental, including his cars. Severalin, the garage, are off-limits, even two close friends, a covered Supra. A roped dash-off R34, even the lighting is dimmer in those corners, like a shrine rather than storage. Even brands and studios have been turned away. In 2017, a fancy car magazine offered Vin a six-figure deal for exclusive photos of his garage, has said no without thinking twice. He once told an interviewer, "People already see what I want them to see. But the cars that matter most, that's between me and Theppy Pool." I love the no cameras rule isn't about hiding horsepower. It's about protecting memories. In a world of endless exposure, Vin Diesel has created one space where story, emotion, and legacy are protected, not promoted. At first glance, Vin Diesel's garage looks like any famous person's car collection. Rose, horsepower, rarity, chrome, value. But on sale, look closer. It's something else entirely. It's a diary written in metal and rubber. This car tells a story. Paul Walker Tribute Supra is a love letter to a lost brother. The carbon fiber demon is an unfinished chapter locked behind silence. The Bronco is being a dad built during a time of global uncertainty. Even the forgotten Monte Carlo, rusted and sitting still. Whispers of a man before the foam. Most famous people collect cars to show off success. Vin collects moments. Of these cars have never been shown, never raced, never even driven marathon once. They're emotional keepsakes, chapters of a life filled with contradictions. Action hero and grieving friend. Movie star, humble dad, street racer, and sentimental. Soul. That's the real story behind Vin Diesel's garage. It's not the Supra. It's not the R34. It's not the Charger or the GTX. It's the quiet, the absence of cameras, the intention behind every car cover, every dusty corner, every preserved tire mark. Vin Diesel may be Dominic Toretto to millions, but in that garage, he's just Vin. A man who built a family on screen in stores, his real one memory at a time, behind closed doors.